Hey everyone, it is I, Tetcher, and I am doing another Heroes of the Storm beta key giveaway between the dates of March 21st, 2015 and March 25th, 2015. In order to see the rules on how to enter, click the link in the description below. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first round of the ESL Go4Heroes Cup number 16? 16. Yes.
I had to tab. Count, man.
I had to tab. No, that was a guess. Just off the top of my head. So we are in the Go4Heroes Cup number 16. We are in the round of 128. Oh God.
Well, it could be worse. We could be in the round of 256.
Go on, do maths. There we go. Yeah, we're in the round of 128. It's going to be Team Joint versus Elysium Gaming. Hover over it.
This is not
Elysium Gaming Black.
It's Elysium.
Elysium
and Joint.
Yep, Team Joint versus Elysium Gaming Black. So we will just call Elysium.
So could you call our cast a joint venture?
Yeah, no.
Dang it!
No, we could not. But no, I'm excited. I've been casting replays all day for something you'll find out about on Monday. So we are going to, or hopefully on Monday, but so I am very excited. The last game I cast was incredible. Like, I won't say much, but I will say 6% core, and that's about it. That's all I'll say on that one.
Okay.
But that was fantastic. So I am very hyped up. This is going to be an exciting day, and I'm going to cast far more than I expected to today.
Well, you are not the only one, because I actually
you came from You came from another Go4. You were insane.
I'm going for it. You know how that works.
You can have that one. Branding puns.
Well, actually, he was picked in the. Oh no, he wasn't. My bad.
Are you talking about brand? Are you trying to make a brand joke?
Yes.
Okay, whatever.
Ladies and gentlemen,
spawning on the left-hand side of the Sky Temple, it is Elysium Gaming Black. And starting in the top lane, on the Felstad, it is a Void. In the mid lane, on the Sergeant Hammer, it is SK Plead, which I'm assuming is not an SK, so we shall call him Skbleed. On the Diablo, it is Ross. On the Ufa, it will be the Hallowed. Yeah, I completely forgot how to word. And at the bottom, it is Mr. Reagan.
And on the other side, we have playing the Fallout. We have Lix playing the Lily. We have the ETC being played by Dewey. Best Kata EU playing the Kerrigan. So maybe Best Carry EU. And Taz, the Tasmanian Devil, playing the Tazebo in the bottom lane.
But Tish. Not Tazdingo, though. Sad times. I miss Tazdingo.
Ooh, Best Kata EU in a lot of trouble. He gets knocked in. There's the Firestorm. He's trying to leap out.
Oh, that stun, though. He got the free-man stun onto him and the knockback from Dewey. Able to keep him alive. Great play there by Team Joint. That was so
incredibly close, Tetcher. And, well, this is the reason why you don't face check in Heroes of the Storm. No wards, nothing that actually gives you vision except for maybe clairvoyance on my side.
It's a little bit of mana for your safety. You have Kerrigan has a stun. It can be used in this situation. It's better to use it in this situation. For now, though, let's have a look at the level 1 talents while the mid lane gets completely wrecked by Sergeant Hammer and the Temple spawn. Diablo going for the very tanky build. Other than that, everyone else going for standard stuff, except for Kerrigan, who's gone for Siphoning Impact, which means she gets 10% of her maximum health back when she ravages to an enemy, which is good for survivability, a bit weird in terms of build.
Actually, Ross now jumping straight onto Kata, but Kata is able to actually back away from this one, and it is Elysium who are taking the middle shrine, and in the top lane, it's Lily who is soloing this top shrine for now, and maybe this is also a reason why you pick up Lily on this map. The Blinding Winds are actually able to deny the attacks from the from the Temple Guardians as well. For now, though, everything seems to be just going pretty standard here. Heroes already hitting level 4, which is very early for a Heroes of the Storm match. Getting jumped on by Ross. He's trying to get out there, but should be fine.
Oh, overpowered, though. Will slam him down. His Volt is not up, but A bit late there. Elysium wandering into that temple, looking to try and get the last few shots, but they're a bit late. Best Kata jumping onto a Void, but instead just going to get a Ross to the face. But not able to take down either. And Venom's onto Ross and is not able to take him down, unfortunately. So, still continuing to be on 0 kills, despite a couple very good engagements out of both teams.
Yeah, exactly, and we already are on level 6, so let's take a quick look at the level 4 talents. We have Amplified Healing coming out of Diablo, Protective Shield coming out of Brightwing, Maelstrom Shells coming out of Simon's Hammer, Protective Shield also coming out of Uther, Gathering Power on the Felstad, and on the other side, Nacebo also picking up Gathering Power in Venom on Kerrigan. We have Lily with the Healing Ward, we have the Pawn Shop Guitar coming out of ETC, or in case of Team Joint, Weed TC. And finally, Arsenal giving multi-shot even more damage. So most likely we're going to be seeing an ability-based Vala coming out of...
Yeah, multi-shot Valor, almost always the correct decision, except for there's a couple team comps where you can run the auto-attack Valor, and a couple where you run at least the Siphoning Arrow so you can get a bit of health regen. But most of the time, it is almost always going to be multi-shot. Level 7 talents available for both teams. We see the battle momentum coming out of Diablo, which is what we're seeing a lot lately. Get those spam those abilities, get right up in the face of your enemy. Mule coming in from Brightwing, and it's Holy Devotion.
Oh, Lick's in a lot of trouble here. Or, well, depends. Sorry about interrupting, but
no, that's
Lick's
fine.
was so close.
I can see what you mean, but playing very close to towers, Lix is going to be safe. Ross actually raiding, thinking about trying to steal the hard camp, but instead just going to roll back in and help push this top lane a bit. Bot Temple just spawned, good timing. But yeah, Holy Devotion coming out of Uther. And for those of you who haven't seen this talent before, I don't blame you, it's very rare. The Holy Devotion means you get 100% of your damage effectiveness and your healing effectiveness when Uther is in his Eternal Devotion form. So instead of when he dies, him having his stats reduced by... how much is it? By 50%. So he loses 50% damage and 50% of healing. Now it's all back to 100%.
Actually, you have an engage here. Ross is right in the middle of everyone. He's so tanky. He's still alive here, but he's going to go down. Now they're going to be focusing their target onto the Hallowed, but he is going to be in his spirit form, still dealing that 100% damage that Tetcher was talking about just a little bit earlier. Skip Lead in his siege mode, trying to get out of there, but the body block, actually the skeletons, stopping him from getting away. Avoid even more in trouble. He's going to go down. That's a 4-for-1. And a full temple going over to the team of Joint. Wow, that was an amazing team fight for Joint.
That was a great team fight for Joint, and we saw an interesting little engagement there out of Elysium. It looked okay. However, then we saw Falstad not really getting stuck in. He had a couple shots that would have killed off several people that he didn't take and chose to reposition himself instead of taking the shots to do the damage. And that gave his team a bit of a disadvantage. He wasn't dealing his maximum damage potential. Hammer was picked off early. She's now going to
mid lane now. They're jumping straight into the Hallowed. The Hallowed in a lot of trouble. The Ravenous Spear is coming out as well. The Hallowed is going to go down. The Divine Hurricane, rather Divine Storm, isn't quite enough. And Apocalypse just a little bit too late to actually do anything in that situation.
Yep, and we do have, other than the stage dive out of ETC, because we do have heroics, by the way, we have the maximum amount of things that that Apocalypse could interrupt. If Strafe is held still for long enough, it can interrupt that, Ravenous Spirit, and the Jug of 1,000 Cups if it's held still for long enough. So you can... this Apocalypse could be the epic 5-man channel interrupt Apocalypse that I have been waiting to see, or at least the 4-man, because Kerrigan's Maelstrom cannot be.
Tetcher, look at Ross and Skip Lead. They're waiting for the engage here. Taz now stepping a little bit too far here. He's going to go down. The Allied now coming in as well. There's a stun to Taz. Taz trying to get out of it, but the overpower pulls him right back into his zombie wall. That's the kill onto Tazebo. Now Best Kata EO trying desperately to get away, but here's the hammer, and goodbye Kerrigan.
Yep. Nice final bitch slap there out of Ross, which is the wonderful thing. This is Diablo's auto attacks. Now, we are going to see Team Elysium moving on to the boss. They've managed to get back that little deficit they had and turned it into a pretty good position for them. However, Dewey still not had vision of him. Those fireballs have not hit him yet. And he's diving in. He's going to try and steal it. There's the knockback. Duration is going down. There's the strafe, but he's been knocked out of the circle. He's trying to stage dive, but he could have just walked into the circle to deny the boss instead. Here comes the Jug of 1,000 Cups, keeping Dewey alive, but he's been pushed out of it. He will go down. And now is looking very, very bad for Team Joint. That looked okay, but why did he stage dive instead of just walking back into the fight?
I agree. That was a very interesting choice because if he actually walked back into that middle circle, he would have been able to at least delay the boss for a little bit longer. Not that it really mattered though, but the skip lead in a lot of trouble. He got completely body blocked by all those zombies. The Hallowed using a sprint to get out of there. Right Wing now joining the fight as well, but the Hallowed with his Divine
that was
Storm
nice. So much damage.
They're in a lot of trouble. Can
finish him?
Actually get out of here? Well,
He's
the heal coming out from Lily is more than enough. Best Kata EU coming in from the back. There's the stun to Reagan. The Maelstrom coming out as well. Reagan has nowhere to go, but the Emerald Wind is not enough. And Venom took him down. And also, this is a perfect moment for the team of Joint. They're immediately heading towards that bottom shrine, going to pick that one up as their opponents, Elysium, are going for the middle. Let's take a quick look at the level 13 talents. Tetcher, what are your thoughts?
Level 13 talents at the moment. Diablo, we are seeing the increased range on his charge. We usually see a bit more tanky talents like maybe Relentless coming out from him, but he seems to be playing a lot more aggressively in this kind of comp, which is good because you already have the Uther, who, if you're going by the Holy Devotion trait, really doesn't care if he dies. So we'll see how that works out for him. Phase Shield coming in from Brightwing. It's a talent we don't see that often by Diablo, but he's going to just revive straight away.
What was that laugh?
That was Diablo dying and reviving. But we had the Phase Shield. We don't see it that often, but I have seen it before, and it has saved people before. It is a talent that can save lives very easily if you time it right. Giant Killer out of Hammer, definitely aimed at the ETC, just to wipe that out as quick as possible. And the Thunderstrike out of Falstad, just going so high on the damage. Just gotta get
Lix has to be careful here. He's getting overpowered right back into skip lead, but Dewey's there with the knockback. Or rather the face melter, which will allow Lix to survive for now. And I guess that's also a little bit of an advantage of playing Lily. You get that 10% movement speed bonus whenever you take damage, so it's really hard to chase her. And also, we didn't really look at the other side. Lily getting the slow on her blinding winds. Now also level 16 for Team Joint. We have the specialized toxin, Blood for Blood, 2 for 1, which will allow the allies that are healed by her Q to be increased to 2 rather than just 1, as they're jumping straight into Ross. Ross in a lot of trouble, but he is Diablo, so he doesn't really care.
Ravenous Spirit, though. Oh, the Apocalypse will easily cancel that. Ross gonna be able to escape out of there. Being dropped quite low, though. And still hanging around. I'm not too sure why he's still here at this moment in time. Or at least, if he's here, why he's not next to Brightwing. There we go. Just gonna let Uther heal him up instead. But that was a great Apocalypse, and there we go, tackling onto Taz through the wall, trying to catch him, but in comes Kerrigan with huge damage on that Maelstrom, but good Emerald Wind, going to be able to disengage there. Avoid, able to escape. Only Uther dies, and Uther is now trying to get onto Cat. He has 100% damage, and that's enough. Ross from the side, coming in with the side tackle, and he's going to die, though, to Nazibok's that specialized toxin. And that is a 3 for 1. I don't think that was worth it, Ross. Uther had that.
Yeah, that was not really the best engage there by Elysium Black, and Joint now, with only 1 temple, should be able to pick that one up. There are 30 seconds on Diablo, 20 seconds on Falstad and Uther, and Dewey is already in position, so that's going to be a free temple going over to the team of Joint. Taz, in the meantime, just going to continue its assault onto this fort here, but even the mule isn't going to be preventing that one from falling to the might of the Sky Temple.
Indeed, and this is looking very good for Team Joint at the moment. Doing very well in these fights. Brightwing heading up to the top lane, trying to hold back the minion wave, but the fort's already dead up there thanks to this middle lane temple. Having a look at some of the other talents that we did miss earlier, we have the slow on the knockback out of ETC and double strike out of Kerrigan, which is basically follow through, only different. Basically, oh, hang on, Ross under some serious duress here. Kerrigan going very hard onto him. Stun goes down, trying to finish him off. Overpower, separating out Kata. The Jungle of 1,000 Cups is doing a lot of healing. It was not interrupted by Uther, but Uther is now dead. He can go in some stuns as much as he likes. And we're going to see Sergeant Hammer go down. Joint once again taking a good fight. Kata was able to catch up to Ross and finish him off. Reagan not landing onto Kerrigan, trying to predict the wrong way. But Dewey, on the other hand,
right onto Reagan. Reagan now in a lot of trouble. He has nowhere to run, doesn't have any abilities left, and that's a 5 for 0 in favor of Joint. They're going to be able to pick up these Siege Giants easily, and the boss, and another set of Siege Giants. Things are looking horrible for Elysium Gaming. And that Jug of 1000 Cups, during Hero Select, I said it, and this is exactly what happens. The entire area covered in Jug of 1000 Cups, and that allows them to just keep on fighting, even against the double support combo that the team of Elysium has brought in.
Yeah, this is a bit unfortunate for Elysium due to the fact that, like I said, we do have Lily with the Jug of 1000 Cups who, like you said, is working fantastically, and the reason it's working fantastically is despite the sheer amount of CC that we're seeing from the side of Elysium, there's too much that needs CCing on the side of Team Joint, and if they save their CC abilities, Team Joint is just going to stomp them anyway, because they're saving their abilities. So they're using their abilities on one person, and then the other person activates the channel ability, or the other person already has it activated in the background. You have to make the choice, and it's just not working for them. There's too much that needs to be interrupted, and they're not getting it done, and because of that, Team Joint has taken really solid control.
Yeah, and Team Joint now heading towards the, at least sending a few up to the top shrine. Bottom shrine now being attacked by 4 members of Team Elysium. So at the very least, Elysium is going to be hitting level 18 soon. Although Joint, with this shrine here in the top lane, will be hitting level 20 just based off the damage onto the towers here. You can already see the top towers going down immediately. Bruiser Camp now also being picked up here by Team Joint. And I would imagine that they're going to go for that joint assault in the top lane with their bruisers to just take down this keep and get themselves their secondary heroic abilities. So, yeah, Mr. Reagan on his own will not be able to actually fight back against that.
Moving a bit close, actually. Able to get out of there, not caught by Kerrigan's Primal Grasp, because Kerrigan did not take the extra range on her Grasp.
Yeah, true, but Mule goes down. That's going to at least, delay the inevitable for just a little bit. But level 20 talents have been selected. We have the Ravenous Spirit upgrade, the Maelstrom upgrade, the Cup of 1000 Jugs upgrade, the Stage Dive upgrade, and of course, the Nexus Frenzy, which is going to allow the Stage Dive actually from Dewey right onto Ross. Ross in a lot of trouble, will take a lot of damage. The Apocalypse hits 3 members, and the Jug of 1000 Cups is just going to keep everyone alive. This is looking to be game, Tetcher.
Yep, Apocalypse went down, and instantly NGR was like, right, that's the main stun. Volt out, instantly hit Strafe, and just did huge damage. Didn't actually kill any of the people he was strafing on, but that damage was enough to keep the Ufa Ghost from going for anyone else. And that was still a decent fight for Team Joint. They did lose a member, though, and this has halted their assault a little bit.
Although
but now
it's going to be hard for him to avoid taking too much damage here. Look at the damage being dealt there by Envenom and at Alia. But if we're looking here at the siege camp, come again.
Lily needed one more auto attack to kill the fountain.
Wow. Just one. Yeah, it's so close. 136. Well, actually, Lily has 139.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually pretty
Don't
close.
Don't doubt me.
I always doubt you, Tetcher. You should know that.
Oh dear. So for now, we are seeing Team Joint just backing up, playing it safe, grabbing any mercenaries that are currently free, despite the fact they've got most of them already. But just grab what they can, keep the pressure on. Don't let Team Elysium get an inch.
To be honest, I can't really say that they should wait because of the fact that Brightwing has bribe. Allow the team of Elysium to actually make use of the bribe would be devastating because of the fact that, well, then suddenly Joint has to think about multiple angles of attack, whereas now they can just say, hey, Elysium, you want to fight? Oh, great. So do we. And, well, speaking of fighting here, it's currently a 3 versus 4 situation in the middle lane. You can see Vala and Lily, they're thinking about going towards this middle position as well, and it's taking a little bit of time, but Elysium still not level 20.
Yep, Lily's come down, so it's going to be a 4 versus 5 in the mid lane. Nazivo from over the wall. There's the Apocalypse interrupting once again. The Hinterland Blast, though, doing quite a bit of damage. Taz, though, going to be able to sprint. Down goes Kerrigan very early, though, and that is a good kill for Elysium, and we're going to have to see Team Joint back away from this. They're not going to be able to hold this temple. However, they are already holding the top temple. Dewey going to die as well. Lix came in to try and save him. But NGR dropping very low, but he's going to be able to hold this temple mostly, as long as he wastes most of his abilities. However, if anyone... Oh, no, he's not.
Bleed is coming in.
Hammer!
Hammer!
Yay! There we go.
Yeah, he's dead. Oh my word! And this is exactly what Joint shouldn't be doing, and what Elysium should be doing. Just use the numbers advantage. Even if you do have the if you have the level advantage, you still lose team battles just based on the numbers in Heroes of the Storm show. So it's very important that you communicate with your team and keep on the pressure. And, well, we are also seeing the anti-snowball mechanic coming into play here. Level 20 suddenly very, very far into level 20 by Elysium Gaming.
Yep, a double Storm Shield being taken by Elysium Gaming on the form of Brightwing and their Diablo. Increased Napalm Strike rather than the Nexus Frenzy out of Sergeant Hammer is weird, but it's going to keep Hammer a bit safer, allows him to stay out of siege mode a bit and get a bit of micro in to keep himself alive. Divine Hurricane, very standard out of Uther, and the Call of the Wild Hammer coming out of Falstad. Gotta get that extra damage. Already has Overdrive. What's the stacks on the Gathering Power? 3 stacks on Gathering Power after that last fight, so it's going to do some pretty chunky damage.
Yeah, it's definitely nothing to be scoffed at. Skyfleet forced to use his boosters here. But if we're talking about the Napalm Strike, I actually like the choice here by Sergeant Hammer. And my reasoning for this is the fact that every single time that we've seen Hammer stay in siege mode, she has been taken down. And with the Napalm Strike, she can remain mobile and save the siege mode for when she's actually sieging. Here's the Napalm Strike doing quite a bit of damage here. Dewey on his own with the siege camp from the side, though. Here's the Divine Hurricane. Ross jumping in the Hinterland Blast, doing so much damage. The Ravenous Spirit from the rear isn't even enough because the Cup of 1000 Jugs isn't close to enough for all that healing. Now they're jumping straight onto Taz. The rest of his team is gone, so, well, it's going to be a test of endurance here for Taz, but he's going down by Napalm Strike, Shadow Dash, and goodbye Nazebo. And Elysium Gaming, well, they have 3 temples that will activate in the coming 30 seconds. Maybe pick up a boss in the meantime?
I think they should have picked up boss. They would have been able to get that in time. And now they're wasting time. They're now starting boss, but it's only Ross. There we go, Avoid finally turning around. But they're wasting time here because the temples don't spawn yet. They're just sitting there doing nothing where they could be clearing a wave, or they could have been taking the boss, which would have added pressure. And now Ross very nearly died. They're going to have to abandon the boss, and that is huge amounts of time wasted. However, that is now all 3, well, 2 and a bit of the enemy keeps are under attack. However, Elysium needs to pay a little attention to their base, but that shouldn't be too hard. In fact, that's just a waste of a mule. That's just going to disappear because there's no buildings that actually need repairing. It stays for duration. Okay, that's good.
In the meantime, though, stage dive from Dewey straight onto the middle shrine. This is a very good stage dive here by Dewey, but those lasers are already shooting the core, and they need to do something about this, because if they allow their core to be on the continuous attack by this, the core is going to go down.
Maybe Uther back out. Oh, there we go. He's going back in now. But Uther backed out of this temple, but is now in. In comes Kerrigan. She needs to jump into this, really.
Well, it's going to be very close,
though. They need to dive it. There we go. Kerrigan's coming in. She needs to defend this. In comes ETC. Ravenous Spirit. Interrupted immediately by the Divine Hurricane. Down goes Uther. And in comes the rest of Team Joint. They're chasing onto Reagan. Reagan will go down. And I think we may just see Team Joint attempt to push for win here. They have a 2-man advantage. This is probably their best chance.
They have a problem, Tetcher. They have a problem. Look at their base.
Their base
doesn't have a shield.
The shield is recharging. The enemy base has also got not much shield left. This is probably their best chance because their core is so low. If they were backdoored, they'd be in serious trouble. So they're just going for this and trying to do as much as possible. In comes the strafe. Ross will go down. There's the Apocalypse. Only catches Nazebo. Nice vault there out of NGR. Skip is on his own, and that is going to be game. Joint coming back after a little bit of a deficit. Oh, down goes Kerrigan. Oh, who was that? No, that was Valor. But down they go, and that will be Team Joint moving on to play El Nexo in the next round. Looking a bit shaky there. I would also like to point out, Falstad did actually fly to the enemy base to try and backdoor, but he didn't make it.
Yeah, I was actually putting the camera on that one, because if they took a little bit longer, those Sea Giants would have been in place, and that should have allowed Elysium Black to actually win. But now it's going to be Joint versus El Nexo.
Yeah,
and
I feel so bad about that, because that was Elysium's game to lose. If they had grouped together, taken boss, and then spread out to those temples, or at least just taken the temples one at a time and just group for temple, group for temple, group for temple, and just hunted the enemy team wherever they went, and just hunted them down, and just taken out Joint one by one as they tried to go for temples, they would have easily won. But they wasted time. They didn't go for the boss. They had to let Diablo go B because he tried to go for boss on his own with Falstad, while everyone split up. And then they were wasting so much time on the temples that it gave the enemy team time to respawn. And that is what won them the game. They found the 2 people on their own up top lane because they'd split up, picked them off, and that was it.
Yeah, it was one heck of a battle. Right, so we're going to get ready. We're going to go into the match between El Nexo and Joint. And in the meantime, I'm going to put up some of these nice videos that I've uncovered. And Tetcher, you know these videos. They are nothing short of amazing. Right, so we'll be right back with Joint versus El Nexo. Stay tuned.